Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for joining me live here in this. I had to give you this beautiful backdrop today. Um, we are here in the beautiful Monument Valley, Utah. Comment below if you've ever been here before and visited, or if you live near here. I know we have some friends from Utah. This is a beautiful area. I'm checking to make sure we're on here live. Yep, it looks like we're good to go. Good morning to you. This is a travel day for our family, so we're busy prepping everything inside and outside to move our house today to a new location. If you're joining me, say hello so I can see and hear. I think you can see and hear me okay, but say hello. We're going to be getting out of our breakfast rut today. Hopefully you joined me last week when we talked about some of these options and the ingredients you needed to collect to be able to begin to incorporate this new breakfast into your routine. Today we're going to make it together. Yes, today, don't you just love it in the mornings when a powerhouse breakfast is already made for you? Yes, it's like hashtag winning. Yes. No? Never had that happen? No worries if the answer is no, that you've never had that happen. After today, you're going to have a great one to add to your rotation of goodness in the mornings. Okay? Yes. Thank you guys for joining us on our Facebook page. And for those of you who are joining us on the recording, checking us out on YouTube, my name is Amy Miller. I'm a crunchy mom. I love to research all things natural. Been doing that for a little over 10 years now on my wellness journey. And together with my husband, we are the founders of 3 Life Essentials, advocating wellness in all areas of our lives, in our spiritual health, in our health care, and in our lifestyle. And our team is on a mission to help others with their health. This is Free Friday. It's a weekly series on Fridays that we are addressing becoming more free. Okay, just free from boredom, free from toxins, free from limitations, free more time freedom, and freedom to experience life more fully and abundantly, and bonus if we can do it in a natural way, right? So those of you who are jumping in with me live at the beginning, kudos to you. I have a special link that I want to share with you again. I shared this with those of you who joined in at the beginning last week because I think it's going to be very beneficial to you. As we talk about, you've been telling me that you're wanting more food things, give me more things like DIYs and things like that. So we're going to deliver that. But to deliver that, sometimes you need to know the best places to get some of these items because they're not always easily found in your typical grocery store. And there's reasons behind that because our standard American diet is just that. It's sad. And most of our grocery stores reflect that. And so we like to shop in some somewhat unconventional places. Our whole life is unconventional. So as your standard is not the only place that we shop, but it is one place that we get a lot of our items. You can get them in bulk. Think of it as like a Sam's Club or a Costco for all things natural and wellness and superfoods and nutrient-dense foods. And so we've created a link for you to be able to shop there, but then also it benefits us as well. So I'm going to post that link in the comments. I hope it'll let me do that. Last time, hey, share this if somebody you know needs to get out of their rut in their breakfast, in their wellness. Share this with someone else. Just click the share button right now, and you can share that with them, somebody who would benefit from this. And isn't this beautiful? These red rocks here and the greenery. It almost seems like they don't go together, but yet it's so beautiful at the same time. Okay, it's not letting me go in there to give you this link here. So you're going to go to bit.ly/shop Azure. Azure like the color blue, Azure. Yes, shop Azure. bit.ly/shop Azure. Okay, maybe it's coming up here. Okay, maybe it'll come up. Oh, here we are. Okay, did you click the share button? Yes, even if you're watching this on the replay, click the share button. Okay, I'm putting it in the link here for you. Shop Azure. Now you can go there and get the great discounts that we get as well, and the great, and you can find all the items that we ever talk about. Most of the items that we talk about. Yes. Okay. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about what a typical breakfast in your house looks like, and we're going to finish off this new option that your whole family is going to love, and we're going to make it together. Hopefully you saw my post last night. I shared it on Instagram, on our Instagram page, as well as here on our family, on our Facebook page. I showed you some of the prep that I was doing last night, because one of the best things about this breakfast is you can prep it the night before and you have it ready made for you in the morning. Okay? Now, I'm curious, what does a typical breakfast look like in your home? Is it no breakfast? Is it a bar out the door? Is it, deluxe brunch? What's a typical breakfast in your home look like? And I'm curious, comment below if you are bored with it. I know sometimes we get stuck in a rut sometimes. Even if you're watching this after this ends live, let us know. I shared last week that some typical breakfast in our home looks like eggs and veggies, soaked oatmeal, chia seed pudding, pancakes. We usually only have those about once a month. Occasionally we'll have a gluten-free or grain-free bagel. And then sometimes we will have a cereal. And then we also incorporate our gluten-free power bowls. Now, this has a grain in it that most people don't eat for breakfast. In fact, a lot of people don't eat this, but it's quinoa. Comment below if you've had quinoa before and if you've ever eaten it for breakfast. I have a feeling that not a lot of people eat it for breakfast, but I'm curious to hear if anybody eats it for breakfast. Now, so here's what I prepped last night. I'm going to show you here. Now, we have a larger family with 3 boys, and they're all big eaters. So, so you can cut this recipe down if you want. I actually double it, or actually, no, I do more than double it. But, so I make enough that it goes in this large 9x12 Pyrex dish, plus an 8x8 Pyrex dish that my boys are demolishing right now. Plus, I like to make things that I can use several days in a row and not have to make something every single day. So on a good morning when I make this, on a good day that I make this, we are able to have this last over a couple of breakfasts. So here's what I prepped last night. I cooked my quinoa and I dumped it in here. Then I added in cans of my coconut milk. Now remember, we talked last week, this isn't my best option of coconut milk, but this is the better one that I could find. So this is what I added in. I added in 5 to 6 cans of this, and I did the whole entire bag of my sprouted quinoa that I cooked. So my whole entire bag sprouted quinoa cooked, dumped in here. I added in 5 to 6 cans of my coconut milk. You can use almond milk. You can even use raw goat or cow milk. Those are great options if you consume dairy. I will say the coconut milk or your raw cow milk will be your most will be your best options. If you do raw goat milk, it may not be quite as creamy, and if you do almond milk, it may not be as creamy. So because it's better if you have like a heavier milk in this. Then you're going to add in your chia seeds. okay? This is a superfood, your chia seeds. You're going to add in about 1 1/3 cup of your chia seeds, and you honestly, you just dump this all in. I'm not big on fancy meals. I'm into dumping stuff and it being great, okay? So dump it all in. You can put it in a bowl first. I actually just put it in the dish that I'm going to eat it in and stir it up that way. You will want to kind of maybe break up the chunks in the quinoa and the chia seed, because once chia seed mixes with the liquid and the quinoa mixes with the liquid in the coconut milk, sometimes it has a tendency to clump. So you can just use a nice whisk or a fork and just break up your chunks. And then you can add your options. Your optional items are, you can add in a little bit of sweetness if you want. If you do, I would suggest adding in a simple organic maple syrup or a raw honey. Just drizzle through there. If you want to stick without the sugar, it's okay, because you're going to have bananas in there, and that will be your sweetness. So, okay, so let's see what else. Oh, and the other option is adding in nut butter. Now, if your family is nut-free or have some nut allergies, you don't have to do this. But I also will like to add in a tablespoon or two of almond butter or cashew butter in it, which will also, especially the cashew butter, will give it a little sweetness as well, a natural sweetness. But you guys, this is so nutrient dense here. You've got quinoa, that's your perfect protein in the morning. You've got your coconut milk, which is a great healthy fat. You've got your chia seeds, which are also a great resource of omega-3s and other essential nutrients. And then you're just going to stick this in the fridge overnight and do nothing. And in the morning, you're going to pull this out of the fridge, and this is where the fun begins. You can have your kids jump in with this, or you can do it yourself. But I like to add in, this is when you can change it up a bit. We typically in our house will slice bananas and put it on top, and add a couple of other fruits like strawberries and blueberries. Today, we don't have any bananas on hand, so here's what we're going to do. We're adding in our pomegranate kernels. Now, comment below, who's a fan of pomegranates? I know that there's going to be pomegranates in heaven. I know God's going to have that, because they're like heaven. They're like, when you bite in them, it's like heaven juicing out. Anybody else agree? Comment below, let us know. I just discovered, pomegranates are mostly a winter fruit, so I'm not able to get them all the time, but I just discovered these frozen pomegranate kernels, these organic frozen pomegranate kernels that I found at Whole Foods the other day, and I had to get them up, snatch them up, and add them to my gluten-free power bowls today. So we sprinkle those on top. And then I also we don't have blueberries this morning, but we do have blackberries. And so we're going to add those in. And of course, I'm supposed to cut these to open. I can't cut those to open right now because I don't have any scissors. But we've washed these beautiful organic blackberries that we're going to put on top of our gluten-free power bowls. And again, I like to do this the morning of, because it sits up, and then you're going to add in your cacao nibs. Now, you can do this the night before as well, but I forgot last night, so you can just sprinkle it in on top. It doesn't really matter. It adds a great crunchiness to your breakfast. Adds that chocolatey flavor and aroma. If you had smell-o-vision, you'd be smelling the chocolate coming through the wind. But it adds a great crunchiness and huge in antioxidants. And so great crunchiness that you can add, and I like to just sprinkle it on top of the power bowls. And then you guys you're just gonna, when you finish this all off, and you can add as much as you want or as little as you want. When you finish, you're going to just scoop this up into your bowls and enjoy. You can add some slivered almonds. These are raw sprouted almonds. We talked about this last week, how this is a best option because these are going to digest more easily in the body. And you're going to sprinkle those on top as well. And you guys, your family is going to love this. So it's a cold breakfast full of powerhouse nutrients. I'm sad I don't have my pomegranate kernels on here because it give a nice fresh color of red in here as well. But I'm going to have to go get my scissors inside after we finish. So super simple. Make it the night before in the morning. Throw on whatever fruit you have on top. And you have a perfect power bowl, powerhouse of a breakfast that everybody's going to love. Super simple, super easy, and great nutrients, and it gets you out of your rut. You can easily put this in your rotation of breakfast, and it gets you out of your rut and onto healthier living. So I'm curious, one more thing, which of these ingredients have you never eaten before? Comment below and let us know. I'm curious, and I want to know, what are your biggest challenges to eating a healthy breakfast? Now, here's where I'm going to call you to action today. I want you to think about what is one change you'd like to make in your breakfast options that's going to move your dial from good to better or from better to best. Okay? It's not about perfection, but it is about progress. So, I'm about to sign off. But wait. Okay. Have you heard about the Green Cleaning Challenge? Have you heard about that? Okay, yes. Mark your calendar right now. Put it on your phone or on your calendar in your planner for May 21st to the 28th. We're going to be going room by room and cleaning with less toxins. We're partnering again with doTERRA to kick some household chemicals to the curb, okay? Because they're not serving our bodies well anymore. And I'm going to show you a list of items right now that you're going to want to have on hand for this Green Cleaning Challenge. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, I hope it's large enough. I'm going to try to get it bigger here for myself so I can read it here to you in case you can't see it. Here's some of the items you're going to want to have on hand. You're going to want to have pure baking soda, your white vinegar, distilled white vinegar. You guys, this is going to be your staple for cleaning and getting your house totally clean, okay? You're going to want to have Castile soap. It's a pure type of soap. You can find it at your local grocery store or online. You can find it at that Azure link that I posted for you at the beginning. Make sure you go back to the recording and you can catch that information. You're going to want to have, gosh, it's so small. It's like blurred out that I can't read it very well. Epsom salts, yes. Plain, no fragrance added to it. You don't need that added synthetic fragrance. That's going to disrupt your hormone system anyway. So fragrance-free Epsom salts. Citric acid, doTERRA, your fractionated coconut oil, or another type of carrier oil, olive oil, or something like that. You're going to want to have rubbing alcohol, witch hazel, and then, of course, your essential oils. You're going to want to have wild orange, lime, grapefruit, lavender, peppermint, rosemary, arbor vitae, and the Purify Cleansing Blend. You're going to want to have all those hands, so start collecting those items now so that you can be ready for the Green Cleaning Challenge. Yes, and if you're new to essential oils or new to doTERRA, connect with the wellness advocate who's helping you and ask them to help you get started. If that's us, drop us a message because we'll set up just a quick 30 to 40 minute appointment to learn about your specific needs and your goals. Share a little bit about doTERRA. Of course, you don't have to buy anything, but if you see something that you want, we will be more than happy to help you get it. Now, don't forget to go back to the beginning to get that bonus link. Thank you guys for joining me on Free Friday. We hope you all really enjoyed this. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that we can continue to share this great content with you. Have a great day, everybody.